Hello, grade 7 students. This is STP Mathematics 2A, day 9, right? Okay, so then if you can remember, we had a few homework questions to discuss from the approximation area. I'll move my pages like this. So then the question numbers you are supposed to do, question number 1, 4, 7, 11 and 12, right? If you can remember, I ask you to write the answers in detail like this, right? So always you want to write that when you get the answer, you want to show to the nearest 10. By the way, children, I couldn't mention, apologize for not uploading the videos for a few days because I was not well and I tried my best, but I was suffering from sore throat and all that. I can't speak loudly and I can't speak properly. And Sunday, I wanted to do the video for parents, and hardly I did it. So I tried it 3 times, and the fourth, the version was uploaded. So I had to drink water time to time. So that is how I manage it. Sorry about it. I promise it to give you daily, but I couldn't make it. Apologies for that. Right. So then we will move to the uh, question. The first one, it is 1547. Right. So 1547. How do you do this? What is the tens place? It is 4, right? So then you look at the next one. When you look at the next one, that it is more than 5. So then you write it. This is approximately equal to. Can you remember the sign? Approximately equal to 1550, and inside the bracket you write nearest 10. Right, nearest 10. So this is how you write the answer. So then the same thing, that if I take that the nearest 100, you look at the 100 place, that is digit 5, and when you look at the next one, that it is less than 5, so you don't want to add anything, you just write 1500, and here inside the bracket we write nearest 100. Okay, so then the next one, we want to get that they approximately to the 1000, and 1000 place that you can see number 1, and after that, what is the number? We do have 5. So then yes, if it is 5 or more than 5, we need to add 1. To where we need to add 1? If you can remember, to the underlying number here, that when I'm correcting it to the nearest 1000, I underline the thousands place digit now. So here the 1000 place digit is 1, so that becomes 2, and the rest will be 0. So then here I write nearest 1000. So this is how you want to write the answers, right? So then we will move to the next sum. What is the value we do have? Here 36,835, right? 36,835. So then what I'm going to do with the nearest 100? So I mark the 100 place, it is 3. Which 3? The number between 8 and 5. So then the next number is 5. So if the next number is 5 or more than 5 children, what we are supposed to do, we need to add 1. So that becomes 36,840, and we write to the nearest, right? Nearest 10. Okay. Then the next one we do have the to the near 100. So then the 8 is the 100 place, 36,800, because that the no need to add 1. After 8 we have 3. No. If that the next number is less than 5, we don't add anything. And here we write it is nearest 100. Okay. So then we'll move to the next one. Then we want to go to the 100 place. Here the 100 place is 100 place is what? 100 place is, it is 6, right? So then you look at the next number. When you look at the next number, so then it is 8. That means you want to add 1. How we are going to add 1? So then that becomes 37, right? That becomes 37,000, and you write it at inside the bracket. This is near to nearest 1,000. Okay. So then that is how it works. So then 36,835 become 36,840, 36,800 and 37,000. We'll see what is the next number we do have in the list. That is 4,066, right? 4,066. Now, what we are doing here, children, that you look at the tens place now. So then the tens place is 1 6. The next number is also 6. Therefore, I want to add 1 to where I add 1 to the underlying number, and here I write nearest 10, right? So then the next one, so then we'll see that we want to take the 100 place. The 100 place is the 0. So then the next number is 6. Therefore, we need to add 1. So that becomes 4,100, nearest 100. Right? So then the next one, in the 1,000. When you mark the 1,000 place, it is 4. And the next number is 0. No? You don't add, no, you don't need to add anything. So then you just write 4,000 and nearest 1,000. Right? So then the next number we do have 4,981. 4,981. Then here we'll go like this. We'll make it without the space, so then we can write a lot. This one also, right? And this one that we have 4,981, that becomes 4,980 because you don't need to add anything as it is less than 5. So then the next one that we have the 100 place 9. So then you have the next number 8. Keep that in your mind that when we are doing this kind of thing, 9 is in the 100 place. When you look at the next number, it is 8, right? And you want to add 1. No? If it is 5 or more than 5, we need to add 1. To where we add 1? To the underlying number. Here, what is the underlying number? 9 is the underlying number. When you add 1, that becomes 10. And 0 I put, and 1 you add to the other number, that 4. So that becomes 5,000. But here we write nearest 100. If you can remember, we did the similar kind of example. So then the 4,981, the thousands place, it is 4. So then you look at the next number, right? So then that is also become 5,000. I did very similar question when I was discussing the examples. Sometimes at all the other three, the sums you just see. Sorry. If it is nearest 10, that's 0. Nearest 100, 00. Nearest 1,000, 000. Then the next one also 102030. 102030. But there can be some exceptions like this. 4,981, when you correct to the nearest 100 and when you correct to the nearest 1,000, you get the same answer. So this kind of number that doesn't follow the earlier pattern we discussed, right? So then we will move to the last one, 8,699. We'll take 8,699. So then how do you do that? Here again that we do have the same issue. That the tens place it is the 9, which is in between 6 and last 9. And you look at the next number. So definitely it is more than 5. You need to add 1. To where you need to add 1? To the underlying 9. That becomes 10. And that 1 you add with 6. So then the answer is 8,700. So then we write this is nearest 10. Again, that you just see that something very important. Then you go to the 100 place. 100 place it is 6. Look at the next number. It is 9, more than 5. That means you want to add 1. So then this becomes 8,700. So then you can see that the same answer we get to the nearest 10 and nearest 100. Now we'll see that to the nearest 1,000, it becomes 9,000. Why? The 1,000 place, it is 8, and you look at the next number, the number 6, and it is more than 5. Therefore, you need to add 1. To where you need to add 1? To the underlying number, that is the 1,000 place 8. And here I write nearest 1,000. Right? Hope it is clear for all of you. So then what I can do, I'll make it smaller so then you can see. Yeah. All of you can see now. Pause the video and see whether you have done this at the same way. Like, yeah, I'll make you, sorry. Right. Right. So these are the answers, right? Okay, children. So then today we are moving to the next one, that is approximations decimals, right? Approximation decimals. So take your theory books, put the date, and write down the subtopic in black color and write this part in blue color. Even though I have written in black color here, you want to write this in blue color. Only the subtopic you can write in black color. So there I have given a decimal number and I have shown you that unit place, decimal point, first decimal place, second decimal place, third decimal place, how it works. Children, to refresh your knowledge, the first decimal place, that there is another way with the place value, we can say 10th place, not 10th place, 10th place, right? And the second decimal place, how we can explain in terms of the place value, hundredths place, thousandth place, right? Even though here we are talking about the decimal place, the first decimal place, second decimal place, third decimal place, we want to keep in our mind that the same digits we can define with the place value. 10th place, hundredths place, thousandth place, likewise we can define it very well. Now, after copying down this example and the decimal place, the illustration, then we will move to the example. Here they have given 8.753. Now you just see, children, if you have something like this, 8.753. Now you want to the first one, you want to correct it to the second decimal place, right? Sorry about it. Second decimal place. So then what you do, the part A, the second decimal place, children, 8.753, I mark the second decimal place. This is the second decimal place now. I look at the next number. Do I need to add anything? No, because the next number is less than 5. So then I write 8.75 and keep this in your mind. You want to show this 2DP. What does this mean? 2 decimal places. So this 8.753 approximately equal to 8.75 if I correct it to second decimal place. And then I'll move to the next one. The same number I have 8.753 and I mark the first decimal place this time and I look at the next number. When I look at the next number, I can see 5. That when you are checking the next number, if that number is 5 or more than 5, we add 1. To where we add 1, children? To the underlying number. Here the 7 is underlying 1. Therefore, we write 8.8. Then inside the bracket, I write 1 dp. Then the part C, you have, let's say, 8.753. And this is for the units, right? So then we want to correct this to the nearest unit. And you look at the next number. So then this is equal to 9 and you write to the nearest whole number, right? To the nearest whole number. It's like this, right? So copy down these under the topic approximation decimals. First you copy down this illustration to understand you what is the first decimal place, second decimal place and the third decimal place. After that, you can write down this example, right? But before wrapping up the today's session, I want to give you another sum that which you want to understand. 6 point. I'll get an example like this. Let's say you have 14 point, right, 698 like this. So what is the first thing? You want to correct it to the second decimal place, no? 14.698. This is the second decimal place, children. I look at the next number. When I look at the next number, it is more than 5. What we are supposed to do, we need to add 1. To where we need to add 1? We add 1 to 9. That becomes 10. So that means approximately this is equal to 14.70 like this. Now you might think, if you can remember, I have told many times, children, no point of writing 0 at the end. You just write it, that rewrite and conclude your answer as 14.7. Yes, that should be. But here we have an exception. What is the exception we have here? If they are asking us to keep the answer to 2 decimal places, even though the second decimal place, the digit is 0, we have to write it because they expect the answer to 2 decimal places. So then the other thing, let's say you have something like this. So then the 14.698, and this is this, and that you look at the next one, and this become 14.7 and 1 decimal place. Now you can see, children, both the cases I get 14.70 and 14.7 the same value. But the way we are presenting is different based on the number of decimal places they are talking. So then you get the C1, then the 14.698, and this is the underlying number. Look at the next one. So that becomes 15, and we write that to the nearest whole number or the units, right? Sometimes they repeat this as the units or the nearest whole number. Okay, children. So then that is all about the decimal approximation. So you want to do these sums, right? You want to do these sums. Mark the question numbers. Question numbers you have. Question 1, 3, 5. I'll give more. 7, 9. So these 5 questions, right? 1, 3, 5. 7, 9. So then do these 5 questions. Tomorrow we'll meet again and we will discuss about the significant figures. It will be a new topic. So we will discuss significant figures after discussing these 5 questions. You want to correct these numbers to 2 decimal places, 1 decimal place, and to the nearest unit. Okay, children, we'll meet again tomorrow. Until then, stay safe. Sorry about the delay, and we'll keep moving, and we'll see that. I hope that I can upload the videos as promised daily from today onwards, because I feel much better than the previous few days. We'll see. Okay, children, see you then. Bye.